So what rank are you currently at? What's your sort of highest rank that you've achieved?
I've achieved like flat three division four.
All right, so you're very close to diamond. There's a lot of things that you are doing right, but there's a couple of things that will seriously help you out that I noticed. So I'll start the replay and I'll kind of break everything down as we go further into it. So with this, where you in twos, obviously you have two options. You're either on the play, so you do you know, have you heard the terms first man and second man and everything like that before? Yeah. Hello.
Hello,
So have you heard the terms first man and second man before?
second man.
Yeah. So you have positions in twos. So the person that is going for the ball would be your first man.
Okay, so the second man is.
Is the guy that's behind generally or rotating back. So
Yeah, so
when you finish your play, see this guy's taking this ball this way now. It's my job to kind of push forward for this. But what you do is you kind of come back in this way. What I would want to see you do is go this way, grab this boost, and come back around to be sort of in this middle area. The reason being, by that time, I'm going to be sort of challenging this ball in this corner somewhere. If I win this ball, it's going to go towards this goal. We need somebody in this area. If I get beat, you can then also come behind and cover it as well. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So you don't want to be right next to your player when you're making the players with. So you do come back down, which is fine. But one thing I would definitely get into the habit of doing would be to use these pad lanes and picking up a couple of pads on your way back. Just so you get yourself a little bit more boost. The fastest one is the middle one. A lot of people call this like a emergency lane. So this is going to be the fastest way to get back. I do miss this 50 here. But rather than flip into the ball, I would just do exactly what you did here. Just keep this ball close. Slightly heavy first touch, but in this scenario, your positioning's slightly weird. I'll kind of do it. I'll do it from this angle. It'll be a little easier to explain. So what you're trying to do in this situation is you're trying to get this ball and beat this guy to this side. He's going to want to hit this towards your net. I'll turn this off a second so it stops disappearing. He's going to want to hit this towards your net every single time, which is going to be hit this direction. So what you would want to do when you've got this ball and you're trying to keep it close is stay behind the ball and keep your car in between the ball and the net. So if we were to draw a line from here to where the ball is, this is kind of where you would want your car, in this area behind the ball. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, I see that. I'm going on the offense and the defense.
Yeah. So because the reason why I do this, we don't mind him playing this to this corner, because even if it hits the corner, I can then move forward into that. The only thing we want to protect is the direct shot on net. So just be mindful when you're trying to get like a 50 or keep the ball close like this, you want to just stay behind the ball like this, but protect your net as well at the same time. Good idea though to take control and keep it close. This is one of the things that I did notice you have a little bit of a bad habit of doing. I'll run into this. So when we rotate back, once we've got our play, so again we fall down to who's first man. So I'm first man on this ball. It's my job to go for this ball. The reason you shouldn't push this far up, why do you think we shouldn't push up into this corner where our other player is?
Maybe you could go to the ball and pass to me, and I score.
But we're in our own corner. The problem is when we're in our own corner, if we're on this half of the line, we're on defense. We don't need to worry about scoring just yet. The main thing we need to worry about is creating what's called a transition, which is where you go from your defense to attack, basically. In essence, when we cross this halfway line. Until that point, you should be somewhere near your net. Have you heard of back post rotation before?
Nope.
Okay, so generally in this situation, I'll cover it from this angle and then it'll be a little bit easier to see. So we've got to think about what our opponent can do with the ball. So if our opponent's on this wall here, is he likely to score out of this corner?
Yeah, he could.
He could, but it's going to be very difficult, isn't it, for him to get a shot directly on net with power from there.
Yeah.
In Rocket League, our corners, where these pads are to this, is probably the safest place for the ball to be for us. When a problem comes is when one player creeps up like this. Because if this ball hits off this wall and behind you, we've got an open net. So this is why we do what's called back post rotation. When our player's already in the corner and I'm kind of covering this zone, what you should be doing is getting your boost pads and coming in behind and coming in this sort of angle so that you can then move forward into the play. If this guy was a better player, he would be more middle, waiting to see if this ball comes around for a pass. If you push up like this and the ball goes over me and goes past me and bounces here, it's past you as well. So just give as much space as possible and just wait here. Because then you're protecting the net. That's all we need to worry about. When you're second man in this scenario, defending your net is the most important thing. So this is why I kind of get confused, because I think you're going to go for it and you don't go for it.
Yeah.
And then we kind of end up in this situation where exactly that happens. But even if even if he got this hit past me and you were here, this is an easy hit away, isn't it? So just be careful with that. It's a bad habit that a lot of platinum players, diamond players even, and low champs still have of doing, where they'll almost get a little bit too eager and try and help too much. The most important thing in that scenario is covering this net so they cannot score. We'll continue into this next bit. So this is a great kickoff. This is a great win. I like that you go for their boost as well, which allows us to continue the attack. The reason why I scored this is because I couldn't miss this. It was just too good a pass, to be honest, to not score. But yeah, it was a great kickoff. When you do kickoffs in twos, one thing I want to address as well is Try not to take all of the kickoffs. I've seen you comment a lot of the time. You must like taking your kickoffs.
Yeah, I do.
If you're in solo queue, just always do left goes rule. But what I would like to see you always do in this scenario is to cheat up, is to follow this kickoff here. You don't have to boost, just drive up behind the player and close this distance. So by the time this 50 happens in the mid off this kickoff, so we don't know what's going to happen with this ball yet, do we?
Oh, we don't.
So I like to use what I like to call a traffic light system. So I'm sure you've seen a traffic light before.
Yeah.
We've got 3 colors. We've got red. What does red mean?
Stop.
I mean, stop, don't go. Amber, we're waiting. And green means we can go. So when we're driving up to this ball and we're following up, this is our amber light. We're waiting to see what happens with this in midfield. If this ball comes and falls straight to this guy over here, is that a green light, amber light, or red light?
Red light.
Yeah, we can't go for it because he's got possession. We need to, this is now another question mark because we don't know what he's going to do with the ball yet. So then we can push further up on our amber light. Now, this guy hits the ball over to this wall. It hits off the wall and comes back here. What's that for us?
Orange.
So he's hit the ball away. This is a big green light. He's given possession away from you. You now know you can go for that. Because he's hit the ball away from himself, that's your green light. You can get that ball without any risk for free. I'll try and show you an example when we go to this. So this is a back corner. I wouldn't have even got the boost on this. This is kind of a similar scenario to before. This is just general positioning things. This ball off the corner is a very hard ball to read. So you're positioned here facing this direction. And I'll do this in green. So your hit angle is like this. What I would have liked to seen you do is do what you did. Grab one of 2 pads here and use this amber light to wait and see what this happens, because if this ball hits off this corner, do we know where it's going yet?
No.
It's very hard to read, isn't it? So we've got an amber light there. We've got a question mark. Once we know that this ball is coming down to here, we can see this by this trajectory now. That's our green light to go from here. We know this ball is going to either hit off this corner and hit the backboard and come down. It's going to bounce like this, or it's going to come back down here. All of them are going to be in roughly this area. But we still need to remember that we're protecting this net. Because I've taken the kick off, I'm going to go back and get my boost and come in behind. By coming into this corner again, you've got to be very, very careful with your corners all the time. You kind of take this angle and you can only sort of go this way with this ball. You're kind of taking it to where he is. You're making it harder because the camera's going to be above your head like this. Be much, much easier. So this is where you have to wait. If you'd have waited here, you could have been driving forward into this ball. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just wait a second and cover your net and then go forward into it. I know you wanted the boost, but we don't need boosts to make a hit on the ball. All we could do is we could score this with 1 pad from here if we wanted to. So with this kind of play, what I would generally advise is to think about the speed of the ball. And this will help you where your positioning is. So this ball's got a decent amount of speed to it, hasn't it?
Yes, yes.
And I'm moving with a relatively quick speed.
Yeah.
That ball is never going to land close down here somewhere. We kind of push a little bit too close. What I would want you to
It's gonna land. It's gonna land near to the middle.
Yeah. I would want to see you kind of pushing up a little bit more middle in this, because look at where these two teammates are. They're both going backwards back here. They've given you all of this space for free. I'm going to come off this. You can see which direction I'm going to go in. So yeah, you would want to be pushing on one a little bit more middle, and I could have got this to you here in this zone. But yeah, that's kind of like reading the play a little bit. Just I try and get it sort of down to you with a soft touch, but it's a little bit too far. Works out fine. I really like what you did here as well. You grabbed the mid boost and you've turned back up. So what you're doing... Wow, what happened there? So I like how you rotate it back this way, which is opposite side to where the ball is. And then you grab the boost and then you're coming back middle. If I've got this ball in this corner and I make a hit on the ball, it can either bounce off this wall and come back this direction, bounce off this wall, come back here, bounce off this wall and come back here. All of these balls are going to end up in around this area. Every single play that I can make. Even if I get beaten to this ball and this guy wins it, he's going to either hit it this way, or he's going to hit it off his wall and back into the middle. In that scenario, you can just turn from here and cover this. So this is what you did here is really good positioning. And it was an unfortunate flip. With a better flip, you would have scored that because you were in the right place at the right time.
I accidentally flipped like this, you know.
It happens. It happens to even the best of us. There's nothing you can do about a mechanical mistake. It's just a case of practicing a little bit more. Things like that happen to pro players. This is fine. So this is good. I like how you kind of disturbing this player. I'm going to ask you a question. Why don't I hit this ball? Why don't I chase this down?
Because you could miss it, or he could go for it faster than you.
He's sitting there. He can't really go for this. I do try and come off the ceiling to get the 50. But I'm trying to get him basically to force the play. I'm hoping that by this time, what I was trying to do is get him to hit the ball away from himself. And if you were a bit further up, you could then just easily follow that up because he's out of the play, isn't he? When there's one guy back like this, that's the name of the game. You don't have to shoot on target. You can hit the backboard. You'll see it a lot where I know players will be doing this in Platinum and Diamond, where they just hit the wall here to another player mid, and they get a free net from it.
Yeah.
So it's something to think about because in this rank, when people challenge in this rank, they all just dive in. It's one of the reasons why fake touches and things like that, just hitting the ball around them, is really good. Again, this is just a little bit of a bad habit you do. You're kind of getting a little bit too close. I would stay a little bit further away just to see what happens. Let's do a few things in play over here. This is fine. I know we're waiting on boost. But do remember we do need to close this distance a little bit. So one thing I want you to get into the habit of doing when you're first man, when you're first to the ball like this, stay as close as you can to this ball without diving in. So in this scenario, you're kind of sitting off a little bit. You're just waiting for him to make a touch, but you're giving him this ground for free. What we want to do is drive up close and try and make him hit the ball away to our teammate. If he hits the ball away or shoots, I get this ball for free because I'm waiting here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Because if I challenged him, if the ball came to you or went to the other guy, you could have taken it from him.
Yeah, if you see my positioning, I'll just wait here. Wait here. And get this ball for free. I'll see if I can skip back a little bit. So this is back post rotation. So we come in, and the reason that I position on the front post is because both of these guys like to play on this side when the ball's here. So their only shot angle is going to be coming from here. And I can cover most of that from where I am. If this guy turns and sits here, I'm going to have to play further back. But I don't need to go for this. I can sit here exactly like this until I know. I get the ball for free. See, a little bit of patience and just seeing what's going to happen in the play just will give you so much free possession. A lot of people have a misconception about speed in Rocket League, thinking that you need to go fast to be a better player, and it's completely wrong. If you just wait and see what's going to happen and then make your play. So if you think of it like a game of poker, you wouldn't want to show the person you're playing against what cards you've got in your hand before the bet was placed, would you?
I don't know, bro.
So if you're playing a game of chess, you wouldn't tell your opponent what move you were going to make before you did it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But we have a habit of doing this in Rocket League. We jump and try and go for a ball and block a ball that they haven't even hit yet. Especially at sort of platinum and diamond, where the speed isn't that quick, we can just wait off and see what their touch is going to be. Oops. So yeah, this kind of, you didn't really need to dive for this. That's kind of what we're talking about. I know you're trying to help out, but even if you get a touch, it's probably going to hit this wall. And it's going to come straight back middle again.
But I was aiming at the other side, so
Yeah. So if you were trying to hit this ball sort of in this rough direction, yeah? So this is where our car is pointing. Maybe a little bit more like this.
you know why I missed it? Because I thought you were gonna hit it, so I just said we're gonna hit it and went for the boost.
It's just what's called an all-in play. So if both of us miss this ball, who's covering that?
No one.
Yeah, there's gonna be no one here. So Rocket League isn't about who can attack the best. It's about who can defend the best. A lot of players in Rocket League, especially, I think this goes right up to Grand Champ. Everybody learns how to attack in Rocket League very quickly. Everybody knows how to shoot. Everybody learns how to demo and pass very quickly. It starts from like gold. Nobody learns how to defend properly until like GC1, GC2. But honestly, playing slightly more passive, because we don't know what's going to happen yet with this, do we? We don't know for definite if I'm going to hit this, or I'm going to miss this, or even if our opponent's going to get a touch. So we don't know as a question mark. So with our Amber Light, we'll come back to the back post, and then we can creep and wait and see, right, we've got this question mark that's happening here now. If you waited to see this, it dropped down and had a free bounce. You could have had your green light going forward with your car pointed this way, and you could have just shot straight towards their net. You would have had a hit angle this way. Instead of going early and having a hit angle this way, and risking me not being ready or down to cover the net if something goes wrong. So I'll go forward slightly. So if you missed that, but if we were here in this player, we can see that he's taken that. We would have then been able to sort of challenge more effectively. It works out quite similar anyway, like Rocket League normally does, but if he was a better player, he would have scored that then.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit of an unnecessary risk.
You came fast. That's why I couldn't hit it to the goal.
Yeah, I got an extra touch. I should have left it after the first one. I seen that. It's fine. So I go back and I play defense here. Do you see my positioning?
Yeah, I see it.
So
You're waiting for the ball.
it's the same question when we go back to our traffic light. Do I know for 100% what's going to happen here yet?
Oh.
Nope. So we drive up with our amber light. Okay, teammate's got a great pass middle. Green light. I can go for that. We've seen that happen. It's Rocket League is just like watching a traffic light. The other scenario, this guy's hit the ball. It's gone up this way and it's hit off this wall and come back behind. Okay, red light. We need to turn around. We can't go. It's as simple as that. This is going to be the biggest thing that's going to help you and get so many more balls for free and so many shots for free. Just by waiting off this little second and then seeing what's going to happen in the play. I can guarantee you now, not many champ players do this.
Your champ?
Me, I'm GC2.
Oh, GC.
But yeah, even champ players don't do this. That's what I was saying. See, I'm kind of creeping up and seeing what's going to happen. Then I could have scored that quite easily, but I faked him. See what this guy does here. He's used to people just going and hitting his ball, so he tries to flip. Now the net's wide open. This is kind of what I'm talking about. People always want to try and predict the outcome before it's happened in Rocket League. Exactly the same approach and same positioning from me.
I missed that.
I got exactly the same approach and the same positioning. So again, we're driving up slowly, carefully. You don't hit it. Do I dive in?
Nope.
I could win this ball.
Yeah, but going defense is better.
But if I go straight for this ball, I've got no teammate to follow up for it, have I?
Yeah, you don't.
So I need to just buy a little bit of time. I can go backwards here. Wait to see what touch he makes. Again, this is our Amberlight or question mark. Okay, what is he going to do in this corner? Then I can make my decision from that. Okay, he's got a soft touch that's rolling down the wall. Green light for me. I can go for that. My teammate should have got this boost by now. Does he get a good hit? Maybe he takes it up and goes for an air dribble over my head. Okay, red light. I need to go behind and go towards our net. But the key thing is waiting 1 second here to see what happens in this question mark. Okay, so he gets a soft touch. I can now go for that because it's hit it away from himself. Again, you try and flip towards the player. Especially in twos, get into the habit of just driving out, stealing their boost if it's there, and coming back in.
But you know, I saw a free net, so I wanted to go score.
Yeah, and sometimes it will work, and sometimes it will work in your favor, but the majority of the time, especially when you get higher up, players are going to be a lot better. They're going to see that you're not in the right position, and they can even tell that you've got no boost, and they will just hit the ball forward.
Yeah.
So I'm not just trying to get you to be ready to beat the rank and get yourself into Diamond and well into Diamond. I'm thinking further ahead than this. I think with a bit of game sense, you can hit the ball consistently well. You're quite good with your control. You could easily get into the champ ranges easily. Kind of a similar thing here. So you've seen him hit this ball up the wall. You kind of waited off. So at this point, we're in a good position. You've kind of got two things you can do in this scenario. You get a little bit awkward. First thing you can do, just drive up this wall. If you don't feel comfortable or you're unsure about hitting it, have confidence in your teammate and just go behind. You can flip out here. And what this does, this is called car language. when you flip out, it lets your teammate behind know that you're not going for this ball. He can push up for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course, makes sense.
But kind of when you kind of do these strange movements where we're reversing back down this way and we're making ourselves a lot more awkward, we're kind of hesitating, and that makes the other person behind us hesitate. So what would I say? It doesn't matter whether you get to this ball or not. What it matters is that you've made your decision, you've stuck to it, and your teammate behind can then react to that and play from that. It's easier for me to read in this scenario. See, because I have to stop now. I'll rewind it back a little bit. So he gets his touch. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get ready and see what's happening. And then you flip back this way. I'm like, oh, I can't go. See how awkward it made me?
It made the situation more awkward, yeah.
But what we did by coming this way, by bringing the ball and bringing him down this way and bringing it across, we put it into this danger zone where we never want it really to be. And you made me really awkward. This was just by this hesitation and weird movement by coming up this way. Like I say, make your decision on the player. Wait about to see what happens. You should be instantly in your head. Yes, I can go for it. No, I can't go for it. I'll come behind. I'll let teammate deal with that. If your teammate's not there, behind you, that's not your fault. If he's not in position, that's not your fault at all. That's your teammate's fault. So again, very, very passive on this kickoff. We mentioned this before. I would drive slowly up. Wait to see what happens on the kickoff. And then we can react to that a lot better. Was there a kickoff further back? Let me just quickly see if I can see one. That you took. That's one I took. Yeah. So watch how I take this kickoff, how I follow up. So we're waiting for this question mark. The reason being, it's like I say, it's that traffic light again. But generally, what will happen is you've got 3 different outcomes from this kickoff. It'll go towards their goal. It'll go to either side. Or it'll go towards our goal. So if you think of it like 3 outcomes like this. Best scenario is green. We want to be fast enough that we can go for that. This, either side, can be beneficial for both sides. It's a neutral kickoff. So what we want to do is secure one of these boosts as quickly as possible. At higher ranks, they'll cheat up like this. And as soon as they see the ball come this side, they'll speed flip straight to this boost. Because that gives you a huge advantage. Because the ball, you can roll it up the wall and make a play from it. This is why we follow up. Yes, sometimes it's going to go straight back over your head and it's going to be very awkward. That's just going to happen. It's just the nature of Tu's kickoffs. But yeah, definitely follow up. And don't just sit in the net and give them the pitch for free. You're giving them all this midfield for nothing. On a kickoff that you could be following up quite easily. Very, very defensive for no reason. So just be mindful of that.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Yes. So for the corners, I should do the same.
Yeah. Every kickoff you want to be following behind. Even on the two diagonal kickoffs where I'll be here and you'll be here. Left always goes. And what you would do, take this pad and this pad and this pad and then follow up from this point. You can even slowly drive up this way, but you're not going to have much boost. What most people do, and most GC2, GC3 SSLs will do this curve and grab a few pads because it gives them the speed to then get one of these and make a play off the ball if it goes this way. Or if it goes high up in the air and comes down, they've got the boost that they can instantly jump for that. They can, when you sit back and sit back in net like this, and I win this kickoff, can you cover the win?
50-50. Sometimes they will hit it, or I could get it.
Most of the time, the enemy is going to get that before you. When you sit back like this, you're only covering the loss. You're only covering the bad kickoff. It's a very defensive position, where I'd like to see you more in a neutral position, in this amber role. You playing more like a red light role when we don't know the outcome yet. Same kind of thing. Because this kickoff's an amber light. It's a question mark. We don't know where it's going to go yet. So we want to creep up slowly and wait till we know. Then make our decision from there. It's exactly the same with kickoffs than it is in every challenge. So same kind of scenario. He's got an awkward touch. We'll wait for the second one. So he's flipped past the ball. So this is the moment when our amber light should be changing to a green light. I can go for this now. I've got an open net. But we drive backwards for boost. This could have easily been a goal for you. He completely whips this ball. At this point, if we drove forward, we would have been about here. And we can easily get to that before him. I'm going to be on my way back anyway. So yeah, just try not to play too defensive on your kickoffs. Because especially like Platinum and Diamond players, it's about a 30-70 chance they'll put that on target from there. It's about a 70% chance that they're going to miss that net. It's not an easy shot from your own half. So this is kind of this scenario again. I don't even touch this ball and this guy's jumped past it. That's literally because he thinks I'm going to hit it. But he hasn't waited to see the outcome yet. Do you see what I mean about the 50? Oh, I'm behind the net. There's no way he's scoring that past me, is there?
Yeah, no.
That's unfortunate. See that, yeah, this kind of play here, we started boosting back here. And we're already thinking that he's going to just take this ball back down this way. And he does this weird flip and comes back. This makes you overcommit slightly and go past the ball. Because we've already decided what we're going to do before he has done it. If that makes sense.
I actually was gonna hit it, but I missed it.
Yeah. But we missed it because we're not expecting him to flip this way. That's what caught you out. If you just took a little bit of speed off to see it and just waited here to see what he was going to do first, you wouldn't even have to hit it. He'd have given you the ball for free. It's almost like this section here. What you'll find in this rank is people love to hit the ball away from themselves. He flips into it. Like, you don't need to flip into the ball. I get a soft touch. He goes for it. I'm going to wait on his touch. Like, what is he going to do from there? He can't do anything. I'll just let him hit it and it just comes straight back to me. You see, like, he's just wasting boost there. He's doing nothing. It's kind of playing smarter than your opponent and realizing what they can do. Okay, so this is the kind of like the same scenario again. We jump for this ball to try and beat him. The ball's going towards him. It's very, very unlikely that you're going to get this on target, on score from him. What I would do, you're going to hear me say it all the time. This ball's coming towards this guy. He's in this corner. He's going to turn this way. And the ball's going to land roughly this area. He's going to want to hit this ball. Do the same thing. Drive up slowly. Wait here. Wait and see what he's going to do. Wait and see what the outcome of this play is going to be. If he controls it and takes his time and tries to go up the wall, you know, we're going to either go up the wall to meet him or we're going to turn around and start shadowing. If he gets a touch towards you, which normally this is what's going to happen, they will hit this ball towards you and you get the ball for free if you're in the right position. This guy's going to be out the play and you'll have an open net to shoot at. Just be, because I'm out of the play here. You've got no teammate to follow this up even if you win this challenge. That was just unlucky. That was very unlucky.
I was trying to type nice one there.